You left me a list, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay, who'd you leave?
Everyone except for my performers.
Okay, so I'll just look in all the crates.
Yep, so I have Lanai, Marty, Motown, Jeep, Soda Pop, and then I brought Swiffer.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Yep. Have a good day.
Thanks. So you have the puppy, so she'll need to go out frequently.
Yeah, where?
She's in the bedroom.
Okay.
In that smaller crate.
Cool.
All right.
All right. All right. Check 2. Holy friggin' cow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. What's up, guys? Didn't know I was streaming yet. Funny. Boom. I was supposed to start here.
House. Ready? So this one is the blue.
That's not supposed to be here either.
Position form.
Bye-bye.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift flanks while he's flipping, and I'm going to pick him up on that flank in that pose. I should have cued drop there, but I was talking to you. Sorry. Let's go. And match. Put him on the other flank, right? Switch flanks. Straighten him up. We'll flip, switch flanks, pose on the clock. Yes, let's go. Match, boom, pow, switch flanks. Awesome. And we'll repeat. Boom, house. Yes, let's go. We'll match, rock back, switch flanks. Good. Go. Flip here, house. Yes, let's go. Good, we'll match. Boom. Switch. Yes, house. Yes, let's go. Good. Awesome. Makai. Catch. Badass. Done it. House. Ready? So this one is the blue.
All right, good morning, everybody. How are you today? Welcome to Sunday, I don't know, Sunday morning studio check, Sunday morning coffee, whatever. Oh, this dude over here, that's marshmallow. Cupcake and marshmallow. Right? Hi, Epi. Right? Bro. Yeah, good high five, dude. Awesome. All right, Epi, get up there. King, get up there. Good job. You guys chill. Mentioned in the stream the other... Whoa, dude. Get up there. In the stream the other day, I'm going to start putting out an empty spot. Right? And by empty spot, what I mean is an extra spot, right? And this extra spot is, whoa, dude, King, come on. This extra spot is going to allow me to ask the dogs off and move them to another spot, right? On my terms, right? Because what happens, so Epi's been on the ball for most of these shows, right? It's kind of where I work him. He's super stable up there. He's doing a good job with that, right? And what do I want to do here? So he starts to automatically run. Whoa, dude. He starts to automatically run to the ball, right? And what happens is we wind up with a pattern of where I go rather than a pedestal, right? So this extra spot, the ball over there, is going to provide us the ability to epic, yes, good man. So now I'm going to ask Epic, a pup, yes, chill. Right? And now I can ask King, off, Ep, dude. King, off, yes, good man. And now I'll add, see King getting right back over there, King, off, yes, that'll work. I'll take that. Right? And now I can have these guys move their spots. Epi, off, yes, easy. A pup, yes, good man. Chill. And I can have a little bit more flexibility. Wow, what's his name is really, Marshmallow's really going off. I can have more control. There we go, that's what I want to do. I can have more control over where they go. And what that's going to do for me, guys, super important, that is going to have the dog look to me for where to go. Rather than for me to walk in this room and the dog sees 2 pedestals and a ball, and Epi's like, ball! I know what you want me to do, ball! Right? Or we've been gap jumping, right? And we haven't, but if we were gap jumping, right? The dog would come in here and just start gap jumping. I don't want that. I want them to come in here and go, oh, look, some shit out there. What are we going to do? Right? That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to get. And this empty spot, epic, yes. A pup, yes, good. I don't know where you're going, King. Good man. It looks like some asshole pissed on the climb table there. My life, if you want to know what my job is, you are looking at it. Outdoors, indoors, you name it, I can clean it up. And that will work for now. Epi, stall. Yes, good man. All right. So I kind of like that. I just put that together. I shared it with patrons the other day, and I'll share it with you guys on the live stream. I think that empty spot idea is a good one. I think it is a good one. It's pretty bad if I get close on that. All right, so anybody here? Looks like Sage Paw's here, just Sage Paw. All right. We got Marshmallow. So Marshmallow is pretty cool, man. I have control over Marshmallow. Marshmallow can throw frisbee. Bang, right? That's kind of sweet. But I want to use this character. Whoa! Watch out! Holy shit! I want to use this character. Oops! I don't want that. I want that for some comic relief, right? High five. Yeah. Good man. Good man. Look at that. He's a good man. Right? And he can get angry. Right? Hang on. Hey, Cupcake. Zip it. I'll let you out in a sec. He can get angry. Come on. Hang on. So he can get angry. Right? I don't like that at all. Get back on that pedestal. Zip it, Cupcake. You can be sad. Shocked. Whoa, right? And, oh, where is it? It's super cool. Watch. Right? Oh, the other one. Give me 5. Whoa, too slow. It isn't slow enough here. So when I stream, one of the things that I'm trying to do here, when I stream, there's the dude. Hey, Cupcake, Zip. There's the character, right? That's a camera-driven thing. Epic off, king off, king. King. Come on. Good work. It uses a ton of resources on my computer, and it's hard to kind of figure out as far as what the ins and outs, the pitfalls, those kinds of things. Epi, go do dog stuff. So yep, just hanging out, trying to monkey around. It is pretty cool, right, Sage Paw? Right? Oh no, I'm not doing restream, so I guess I just have this chat here. And I think that's a restream chat thing. I don't think I have. No, I don't. I can't do any special things. Hey, Cupcake, let's go. Let's go outside. Let's go, go, go. 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 One more try. All right, fingers crossed. It's wet grass out there, guys. Wet grass. No dog is gonna go on the wet grass. Oh, let me set up the whatchamacallit camera here. I didn't get it. There we go. So, if I go there, that switches, right? So I cleaned up the whatchamacallit back there. I have a nice workbench back there now. That's kind of cool. This tilts this way pretty easily. I have not cleaned that workbench, unfortunately. But yeah, it's coming along. Right, Epi? Right, Ron. All right, so let's switch there. Bang. High five. Yeah, you rock, dude. You rock. It's super funny. And I love the fact that I can get angry. Angry. Right? And then whatever I say, I am angry. So let's watch a video with Marshmallow commentating. All right, I'm gonna switch to Marshmallow here in a sec. So I really like these sport flyers. They're super soft. They're good for puppies. Can I not increase the size there? Right? Oh, I shouldn't be angry. So cool. Sorry, I blew it. I blew it on my performance. But I do think we can have some fun and set some things up with Marshmallow here. You give me 5, Ron. Oh, too slow. Right? So we have, give me 5. Boom. Up high. Down low. Too slow. It's dumb. It's pretty cool though. What else? What else were we doing? Oh, he'll scratch his ear if I scratch my ear. He's like a good little student too. So like for throwing instruction, right? I reach back, make the throw. Set up here for the sidearm, right? Yeah, more like that. Bang. It's super cool. And Cupcake, Marshmallow and Cupcake. Pretty decent thing there, man. Pretty decent. All right, so I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to try and break this now. I have Marshmallow here, who is going to kind of, I think, be the dojo mascot. I'm going to bring up, hopefully I'm going to bring up Samurai Steve. I should just put him in this scene though. Yo. What's up? But I got to adjust him. That kind of sucks. It does kind of suck. I need to figure out how to set this up so I don't have to adjust him. There we go. 80, 96, let's do 108. Grr, sorry guys. There we go. All right, and now I gotta zoom and pan. No, really? Ooh. What's up? Welcome to the dojo. I'm Samurai Steve. I'll be giving you your orientation meeting. So funny. So Samurai Steve is going to do some, maybe some color commentating, right? And yeah, it's kind of cool. And then I have one more critter. I have the Dojo bot. There we go. That's kind of close. Oh, I can do him in the, I can do him in the thin one, I bet. No. Do. Square, I can though. There we go. So there we go, Samurai Steve. Let's see.
Go. Turn flip. Ouse.
So this is one of my favorite videos, man. Epi, like just kind of cruising through. I like that, the move on the I. Here's the C. So flip to flank will make the C.
Badass. Go.
That's super cool.
Ouse. Go.
What?
Up. Ouse. Yes, ouse. Yes. Badass.
Yep, there we go. So I got shapes, and then that's set up right. So Samurai Steve also, let me see how I can do this. I can go here, right? And then I can put a Dojo overlay behind it. Just give me one sec. Oh, that's a good one. I haven't put him on this one yet. Here. There you go. Hey, how's it going? I'm Samurai Steve. Welcome to the Disc Dog Dojo. So funny. Hey. What? Come on. All right. John, what's up? Good to see you. Hope you and Fern are doing good. Sophie? What's the good news for Alabama? Ah, Epi. Oh, let me switch back. I'll put on the Dojo bot. Hang on, let me put on the Dojo bot. You know what? Actually, yeah, I'll just do the Dojo bot, and off the stream. Nice, that's exciting. So John is getting a new place in, I believe, Anniston, Alabama, a farm with some land. Right? It's pretty sweet. So here's the Dojo bot. This is a guy that brings us all of our notifications. He's super busy. There we go. Boom. So we can have him talking like this, and we can have him talking like that. It's kind of cool. Right? Exciting. Exciting. So, yeah, I actually have something of a master plan for these puppets. And outside of the master plan, I'd like to use them kind of for comic relief. And maybe as, you know, something to throw up when I'm not like on the stream. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to talk and not have my camera on, I can do that. Saves me some focus, maybe. Ooh, what are his moves? Oh, he doesn't have a shit ton of moves. He's got this. He does this. That's kind of exciting. Right? But other than that, I can drag his arms around. I think I can, I can move his arms. Oh, he can also blow stuff up with this thing there. It's just video. Although I will say, a little while after hanging out with Marshmallow, right? Once I hang out with Marshmallow for a while, where is Marshmallow? Animals. So yeah, I hang out with Marshmallow for a while, and then like I look over to my right, or I look over to my left, and nobody's there, right? I look over to my left, and he's there, right? He's right there. You can see I high five the guy, right? Bang, yeah. Good man. Good man, yeah. Good man. Yeah. He gets angry when I stop. So, oh, too far. Anyway. Super fun. But like when he's gone, I look over there and he's not there. And I'm actually not joking. Oops, I can't reach it, Epi. Thank you. Wow, that was, hey, Ep, I can't reach it. Yeah, good man. You know the drill, what's been happening, don't you? Yeah. Wow. I'm impressed. I'll take that because it isn't exactly what we want, but it was a good thought, buddy. So we've been doing all that pedestal work, and he took it back to the pedestal rather than me, and I've already fucked up pulling him off the pedestal enough. It'll work. Yep. So how about if we zoom in on, boom, right? He's like my little mini-me. Mini-me. Oh, wait. Did you see him throw a Frisbee, John? Wait, where am I? I'm right here, right? Yep. Boom. He's a great Frisbee thrower. My little student, right? High five. Yeah, there you go. Good job. Good job. And I hate to say it, dude, but that high five never gets old. Yeah, Cupcake is getting big and powerful. She totally freaked out at my brother's place. So she met Rosie and was like, met one of the kids, didn't want to, and it was trouble before that. We got to get her out. I'll take her somewhere today. Oh, I don't know what no means. Whoa, you guys. So, so we also got new notifications. I'll show you the notifications. p5.me/tip. Copy. So, tip page, e-grifting. No live stream is complete without some e-grifting. Always tip your dog trainer. And now let me see if I can get in the Streamlabs thing and trigger our stream elements and trigger the new notification. Oh, by the way, John, in case you didn't notice, these things that like that will disappear in 30 seconds now, so I won't be out there working and covering up the whole work session with that. I'll only do 10, 20 seconds at worst, which will be great. That is me, dude. He is me. Me and Marshmallow are so fucking connected. Dude, it's like he's reading my mind. Oh, come on, dude. You got to do, yeah, there you go. You got to do a better job than that, right? I mean, like when I blink, he blinks, right? When I scratch my ear, he scratches his ear. When I look up at the screen, he looks up at the screen. So funny. Dude, bro. There we go. All right, just trying to get logged in here. Yeah, there was something else that that I did with him. Oh, oh, dude, what was it? I just figured out a cool new move with him. But yep, cupcake and marshmallow. I'll have Marshmallow walk you through the new merch. So this is all right, right? Uh-oh, why so slow? Oh, I bet you he won't do anything right now. There we go. Yeah, he won't do anything while that's playing, I don't think. He's broken. So when shit kicks off, right, he lags super bad. That's been the latest thing. But I tend to, I hope to do a bunch of, why are there two of those? I hope to do widget in purple. Okay, I don't know why it's doubling up. I think with the puppets, I will do them like as a feature or as my, you got kicked? By who? By YouTube? Boom.
Love the lives.
Is the video back?
Thank you for all the awesome things you teach us, dancer. You're awesome, starstruck.
Right? How cool is that? All right. Hopefully I'm back. But yep, that's what we're doing. There we go. Fucking slacking, Marshmallow. It's not cool. I gotta make sure that I do that. Although that looked pretty good, didn't it? That didn't look bad. That doesn't look bad. Marshmallow. Ta-da! Or you want to go, you want to see this? Come on. There we go. Yeah? You sure? Yeah? Dude. Funny, funny. Oh, let's see. Ooh, can't do that when he's angry. It's half. Up his eyebrows. Ooh, his eyebrows are set to move at the same time, I think. Eye gaze, head, parallax, strength, mouth setting, eyebrows. Hey, his eyebrows don't go up? Funny. Oh well. So yeah, that's what's going on, Jonathan. messing around with this. Too low. Too high. Is that just right? Maybe. It's close. Oh, I'll be so lonely without you. What am I gonna do? It's so funny. Hey, Epi, can you get off, buddy? You're making me sad. You're making me sad, Epi. All right. So I wonder if Marshmallow, how's it going? Don't know who's here. Somebody showed up. Pop off in chat. We're doing a studio check here. Oh, I don't want that one. There we go. This is Marshmallow. Marshmallow is a puppet and is the Dojo mascot. Good morning, Argofantes. All right, why am I so laggy? Ooh, I bet you it's a hot computer. I've got some serious lag going on, that's a bummer. That is a bummer. All right, let's turn that dude off. Come back to me. So, yep, just a little coffee, a little studio check with our mascot. Did we pick up the speed now? No. Wow, this thing is really, really lagging. Oops, I don't want to do that. I want to do that, though. Ah, is that it? I bet you that is it. Oh, I got to go assume the position. Whew. Pow. Woo, hope I got it. Did I get it? Do. Yep. So here, I'll show you guys. I'm sure I fucking would have been better to have him up there. There we go. All right, so we should have, what happened? Oh, he's, every time I switch him from, so watch, boom, pow, boom, pow. He's a good student, right? He's a good student. Let's see here, camera 3. Yeah, good job, bro. Oh, come on, dude. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Right. Oh, yes. Good man. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure there is. And I think it's worse when I leave character viewers. So I was on my now. Yep. 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 Now it should be a little closer. Huh. Close enough. We'll get her dialed in. Yeah, it's probably the smallest resolution per second at the smallest resolution. And he's slow still. Here, sitting on my arm. That's nice. Oh, looks like my GoPro froze. Looks like I'm having some problems here, guys. Looks like we are having some problems. Oh, I gotta wait. There we go. Yep. And if it's not two, it's the other one. That's all right. It'll be good. At the very least, so you know the tip things for the Streamlabs and whatnot, the little blurbs that come on this thing here. I'm gonna make some this little ordeal, this little 3-day jaunt I did. Whatchamacallits, sorry, I'm doing 3 things at once. I did transparent video.
Thank you for all the awesome things you teach us, Dancer.
So,
you're awesome.
That transparent video was kind of hard to put together. And these cartoon characters, the puppets, animations, right? I can have Samurai Steve read off my news or whatever, read an article that I wrote. Essentially, I'm looking to get me off the stream on camera without having to pull up a video or a meme roll, and also looking to lighten the mood a little bit, maybe. Right? Come on, dude, any minute. You can do it, dude. Yes, good man. Right? Totally. So anything going on? Anything good in the world? Anything good in the world these days? I'm in my own little world, and I'm bummed. Fucking GoPro, dude. GoPro sucks. Although I have to say it's probably the heat here. Like, I bet you this is slowing down because it's now about 80 degrees in here. You can see me starting to sweat. And I am pushing this machine to some limits, for sure. Oh, it looks like I broke that one now too. Sweet. Break it all. I'll break it all. funny. So I got GoPro back. That's good. That's new. Before, there was a new firmware update. And I would have to pull the battery out and all that shit. And that's a huge pain in the ass in the GoPro. Gotta take the media mod apart. Look at you guys. You guys are so good. It's so lame though now. But that's it's exactly, so Slacker Sunday. Those of you guys who saw Slacker Training Sunday when we were trying to train without training, right? This is the goal, is to have the dogs super chill, hitting a pedestal or spot of my choosing and falling asleep like King is doing right now, right? That's the really nice part, is that King, come on, dude. All right, give me a sec. Pull that. Oh, I'm going to break the other one now, too. Oh, at least it went to that one. That's good. That's good. Oh, new puppy. Nice. Nice. I'm sure you're going to give fucking people the heebie-jeebies with your avatar there. That's a great avatar. I am a friend of the spider. I like them. They creep me out, don't get me wrong, but give them their space. Go waylay anything that, anything with 6 legs, get rid of it. Yeah, you know, I think the coolest thing about Frisbee is that when you get your feet under you, you can make that happen. You can make like meaningful interaction that is physically and mentally, let's say, debilitating, because as a pro dog trainer, you know that it's really difficult to get, come on, man. It's really difficult to get the dogs worked and tired. You know, 2 minutes of flat work, 2 minutes of flat work total will smash just about any dog, and that's awesome. And it doesn't just smash them like chuck it. You know, it's meaningful. It also doesn't have like your dog. Even if you're playing chuck it, has to drop and do things properly, the thing properly. And sometimes dogs don't fit with the exercise mode that we want to use, right? And, you know, the exercise mode can then be something of a proofing exercise, which sucks, right? And if you don't have time to train the dogs, right? But like flat work, Frisbee in general, you have like hundreds of ways to skin the cat, man. You can make things happen in so many ways. If your dog doesn't have a give, you can work on the drop. If your dog doesn't have the drop, you can work the give, mechanically speaking. So you don't have these mechanical stumbling blocks. And then you have like toys, multiple toys, high value reinforcement. So Argofantes, remember that if you're playing Frisbee with your dog, or you're working toys, or you're doing bite work, things that are super high drive and aggressive. If you use markers, right? If you use markers in your training, you want to the bite work, the frisbee, the super high drive stuff, it's just dog training. It's a big mistake to get overwhelmed with the game. Nice. Yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting. Robin, what's up? Did you see our new mascot? Oh, come on, Marshmallow. There we go. High five. Good job, bro. So we have Marshmallow and Cupcake, but Marshmallow is lagging pretty seriously right now. I don't know why. Yeah, a little comic relief and somebody to hold the stage when I don't want to be visible or when I have to go do something. Also for, whatchamacallits, animations and shit like that. Yep, different games. And the more that we can communicate exactly the same way, the more flexible our communication gets, right? It can be used in different modalities, different situations. You know, we can use it in Drive, we can use it with cookies, we can use it with functional rewards, right? The more our communication remains constant, the more powerful and flexible our communication gets. And that's pretty awesome. That's super awesome. But you got to stay true to your ideology and your methodology, right? Not always easy to do when you're busting into a new game. Just remember that the frisbee and the bite work, for instance, when you say yes, you reach into your cookie bag, you give the dog a cookie, right? When the dog is correct, they get the positive marker. Yes, then we reach in the cookie bag, we bring it out, and we pay the dog. Right? With frisbee, it goes, yes, oh my gosh, and we're all freaked out, right? We're all totally freaked out. We got to puke it out there. You got the bite work going out, yes, and then you're like, and you puke out the bite. You never do that with cookie training. Right? Dog drops, yes. Then you reach in here, you take that out, you pay the dog, right? And so when you're offering a bite, yes, pause, bang, right? Super, super important when you make the transition to a high drive, high energy, high speed game. The other thing I think is super important is do not give a free bite. Yes does not mean bite. Yes means I will give you the signal or the opportunity to bite, right? You may bite when I ask you to, right? That's what yes is going to mean. And you want that so you can say yes and then reach into the cookie bag before he jumps up and jumps on it, right? If you have a free bite, if you say yes, the dog pounds the target, you lose the ability to mark at a distance and not impact that distance, right? The dog is going to drive towards the cookie. And you know, a lot of people are doing markers, various markers. I'm not a fan of that. For what we were talking about at the beginning of this, Argafontes, the idea that once your communication, if your communication doesn't remain clear and in the same vein through modalities, then you don't have any coherent communication, right? And as soon as you have coherent communication, man, it's way, way better. So blah, blah, blah. So where are you at, Argafontes? That's what we just talked about. Yep, consistent. For sure, the consistency is absolutely key. Body movement, tone is their language, so you have to be consistent to be clear. Yeah, and you have to be consequent too, and you have to really watch out for unintended consequences. So I mark and I pay about 85% of the time on my positive marker, clicker or verbal, right? And the marker tells the dog, just so you know when you watch me, if you're into that shit, it's better to know that. When I go over here and pay these guys right here, this is reinforcing while, and it's a classically conditioned cookie, right? While you are laying there, it's good, right? I'm affecting physiology and emotional state with that. That's my intent, right? If I mark, so you see how chill these guys are, right? Watch what happens when I mark. So I'm gonna mark so I can go pay the dog. A lot of people are stuck in that. Yes. And watch how these guys bump up afterward. I'm really surprised they didn't bump up in terms of their energy level. That's pretty good. I'm impressed. Yes. Whoa, look at her. That's great, guys. Seriously. Whoa. All right. Didn't get the physical illustration. Great job, King. The physical illustration I wanted, but whatever. So if I mark, oh no. If I mark, let me kill the character, dude. My stream is dying rapidly, I think. I think I'm about done here, guys. I do. Shut that down. I'll shut this down. I think we've already solved it though. I think I'm going overkill. I'm shutting down the application that I set up this stream for. All right, Sweet, that's the best we're gonna get. Looks pretty good. So by paying without the marker, I'm not triggering any action, intentionally or unintentionally. We're talking about consequence in terms, in addition to the consistency, right? So if I'm sitting here, right? Switch cameras here, right? So let's say I'm gonna find one of those guys doing something. King looking back at me or Epi looking back at me. And if I jump up or unintentionally come on, King. If I unintentionally get up, even if I'm intending to be classical, right? I don't want to tell him that he performed a behavior. If on accident, a couple of times, my while happens coincidentally with his looking over, he'll think the look makes me do it. And that would be like just raw consequence, no marker, just essentially smart dog in terms of shaping, right? So now I move and I come over here and I pay him. It's real easy for that dog to get the idea that his looking is making it happen. So even if I'm attending to the classical versus operant thing there, epic, 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 yes, good. King, king, come on, yes, good man. Epic, epic, good. Awesome. Go do dog stuff, guys. Whoa, you guys are awesome. They're going to go fucking pound that pedestal. App. Dude, not okay. So I don't know if you guys know, Epic and the all the Run Tornadoes don't have displaced aggression issues. They get frustrated easily, and they do dumb shit like that. He's out there telling everyone to, and you can tell how nervous everyone is, right? Yeah. Everybody's hungry. Everybody's hungry, and you know, he wants to do shit. So let's see. Yeah, that's awesome. So I use the same yes you do, but I also use a calm good as a continuation marker for continuing a behavior without changing energy level. Yep. So I use good, but it doesn't have. So yes has a very clear signal of you are correct, right? That's my intent with my marker, is to deliver the signal that says you're correct, right? And the way that I prove that you're correct is that I deliver meaningful, I'm going to say meaningful consequence because it isn't reinforcement until we evaluate it later, right? So I add meaningful consequence after the marker, right? It's not a cookie. I do not think of it as a cookie. You know what I mean? It's meaningful consequence. And it is a cookie, right? But that cookie metaphor can screw us up, right? So yes simply means that you're correct. And the continuation of the behavior is assumed, right? Yeah, meaningful. So I've been struggling with the idea of reinforcement, right? Like I've been struggling with that a lot. It's really hard to communicate with people because there's no such thing as a reinforcer. Like it's not a thing. When you give it, we don't know whether it's a reinforcer or not. You don't know whether it's a reinforcer until you do more reps and figure out if it made it more likely to happen or not. And we interchange the idea of the discrete reinforcer, the cookie. That's why we use a cookie metaphor, so we can make that reinforcer discrete. Right? We can turn that into it's not a discrete thing, right? It's not a discrete thing. Reinforcement is at once trying to be it's almost like a gerund, actually. It's like a fucking gerund. It's the thing that's trying to do that, right? But we don't know it until later. Same thing with punishment, right? We don't know if it's a punisher until later. It's a big mistake to think the punisher is a thing. It's a big mistake to think that the reinforcer is a thing. No, I don't use keep going signals, Antonis, yeah. I don't use keep going signals. I use a marker, and then I use a terminal mark. I use off. And as soon as epic, off. Come on, handsome, off. Yes. That is a terminal marker. That would be a traditional cookie trainer yes. Right? That would be a traditional cookie trainer yes, where it ends the behavior. The thing is, when my dogs get the off cue, they know that what they were doing was a duration behavior. And I'm going to establish that argafontes through the consistency and the consequence that we were talking about earlier. In the same way that I'm going to try and have the coherent thread of my communication, right? I'm going to try and have this coherent thread of when you hear off, yes, you now know that that's a duration behavior. So, pretty, off, yes, that's a duration behavior. Off, ep, off, yes, right? I'm in potential go to dog stuff. I'm gonna get my puppy bit here. Epic, ep, go, 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 suck, suck, go, 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 suck, suck. Totally gonna get my puppy bit here with. He gets fucking angry at sit pretty. He gets angry at sit pretty and back up. They're two that kind of set him off a little bit, trigger that frustration. Ep, in and in. And so I work around it. I don't call those tricks around other dogs in close proximity. And if I do, I make sure that I don't string him out in terms of reinforcement. But back to the keep going signal, that off cue is to tell the dog that number one, to stop doing it. Number two, that's a duration behavior, right? At which point in time I mark yes, off, right? I mark yes, and then I mark off, right? And my dogs hold. If I were doing sit pretty, I would mark yes. They wouldn't get their cookie. They'd give me eye contact. I would tell them off, and they would get off, and then I would mark yes and give them a cookie. And as soon as they get that, this is theory, by the way. I don't fucking have this practical stimulus control, Roger Brontes or fucking, what's his name, Ken Ramirez, or I don't have anything like that. That's not talking theoretically. The idea is that when the dog hears off, they know that that behavior is a duration behavior. And so it does lead to really all of those tricks that are really hard to get the initial second or two on. That method really allows you to get that 2 seconds. Yes, where's my cookie, bitch? They give you eye contact. Off. And now we're moving from the back chain. That's the way I like to use it. Yeah, I think that's pretty standard. Good has a similar meaning to me, but it has I think it has less action as well, I think, so it fits your thing as well. But I primarily use yes, and that's not true. I use good fucking all the time, and any time my marker is too high charge for the situation, or the situation is delicate enough to require that there is no tug of the positive marker, I use good and reward placement. Oh, I'm also I'm vicious with reward placement, argafontes. Vicious. Yep, we don't get to choose our dog's reinforcers. We don't get to choose it. And, yeah, a lot of dogs are turned off by things that we think are cool. This was cool with my other dog. This dog should love it too. I can riff on that a little, Argafontes. Duration behaviors. The duration behavior itself is an absence of behavior. So while the dog is up there, they are doing nothing. I see duration behaviors as bookends, right? So you have the start of the behavior. You have while, where there's nothing being done. That's the hold. Everybody thinks the hold is action. The hold is not fucking action. The hold is nothing. The hold is an absence of action. The action already happened. That's the marked behavior. And then we have action, which is paid while, silent payment, multiple payments. And then we have the cessation of the behavior, right? Off. And that's an action as well, right? So when we bookend it like that, a pup, yes, they get a cookie for that, and then they get while cookies. So after the marker, my dogs are going to get a cookie and go, am I going to get any more cookies? And if they're not going to get any more cookies, they go about their business. They pretty much know that that's not a duration behavior. If they get a cookie and they get more cookies, and then I say off, that's a duration behavior. Think. Right? So that separation of classical and operant there are 3 parts to a duration behavior. The beginning, while, and then off, or the finish, the terminal mark, right? And you got to have all 3 of those. Duration has a beginning and an end. In the middle, nothing happens. Super, super simple. And the big problem with that is that people mark because they're going to give a cookie. I do not get superstitious behavior. If I get behavior, I have marked that, or paid in the right place, or something, conditioned it somehow. When you mark to give a cookie, you tell the dog that they have performed an action. And if you tell the dog that they have performed an action during a duration behavior when they're not supposed to do something, when they're supposed to be absent of behavior, holding the pretty, you mark, ooh, I moved my heel. Next thing you know, the dog is fucking moving their leg, man. Wah, in the pretty, right? They sit pretty, yes. You pay them where you want their face, pump them full of cookies, ask them off. And after they do that with 5, 7, 10 behaviors, starting with pedestal and spot, they pretty much got the off behavior. And that gives you about a second, almost immediately, in like stand on hinds. It's really good assist in handstand, right? My next foray into the handstand, I'm going to get something other than the bucking bronco. I fucking hope. I've trained a lot of good bucking broncos with that handstand move. I got a bunch of ways to teach bucking bronco, man. Yeah, where's my cookie, bitch? Hey, who did you hear that from, Antonis? Who'd you hear that from? I'm really curious. That's a phrase of mine from like way back in the day. I bet you I can pull out video from like 2006 with that. Yeah, where's my cookie, bitch? That's a tough one. Let's see. Well, that would be I'm working on the possibility of teaching all behaviors, quote, all behaviors as duration behaviors. That's the typical. So man, I've been thinking a lot about this of late, actually. So my method is to have a separate terminal mark from the marker, from the click. And I like that because it allows me to layer behaviors, right? And it allows me some granularity, some fine-tuning skills, and also some slack in the system when I mark and when I give a cookie, right? Dogs are so fast and so sharp, I like slack in that system. You know what I mean? And so the terminal mark always leading to a cookie and always finishing the behavior, essentially the terminal mark, or your general usage marker as the terminal mark, I think gets too charged. I think gets too charged up. And it's the only place they want to be is where the marker finishes in that situation. They have no desire to be present and be here while, right? And I think you could probably make exactly the same argument against my method, right? Against the method I laid out. And I don't think it's my method. I think it's pretty standard institutionally to have a terminal mark and to have your positive marker be not a one-to-one relationship to the cookie, to the discrete cookie for sure. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Super cool stuff, guys. Yeah, oh gosh, every dog loves peanut butter. That's funny. It depends, Antonis. If I have a chain of behaviors, like in a freestyle routine, do you use the same marker, yes, or no marker between behaviors? I don't mark between behaviors. I mark the moment the behavior is happening. So, and I mark, like, I kind of choose an arbitrary spot within the trick. So like on a through behavior, standard dog training says you mark it when the dog finishes it, right? Or that is when it is done, is kind of the interpretation that people have. So I mark the through. I mark on commitment, when the dog commits to go through. I mark when the dog takes the signal, on the commitment to going through, on the moment they're underneath me, when their head pokes out the corner coming out, and when they're finished. So historically, my dogs have had a mark on those, right? So within a long behavior chain, I'm going to mark at the advantageous point. I'm going to mark where it's advantageous to mark, right? If the dog needs reinforcement on getting started, I'm going to mark the commitment to the movement. If I need the whole thing to go faster, I'm going to mark the commitment to the movement. The dog's going to want to get to their cookie faster. If I want to slow things down, I'm going to wait for the dog to finish. The dog's going to get to the finish, and then I'm going to mark easily, and I'm going to turn and engage the dog. So I like to split up my behaviors into, I guess you'd call them kind of key moments within the behavior. They're criteria, though. They're discrete criteria. They're the shaping criteria for the behavior. So I like to set up something that's going to be advantageous. So I'm going to mark when it's advantageous. And then initially, if I'm building the sequence, I'm going to mark each behavior and I'm going to withhold the cookie. I'm going to mark and pose. The pose is putting your hand in the cookie bag, right? You put your hand in the cookie bag, dog looks up at you and drops their shit, right? It's almost a given. You got to work really, really hard to get rid of that, right? So the pose is reaching into the cookie bag, right? The throw would be the cookie, or the bite would be the cookie. So I get through, yes, pose. And when they don't get the cookie, a lot of dogs will pound the Frisbee because they have a free bite, but my dogs know that this is reaching in the cookie bag. You don't get it now, right? Boom, I wait right here, and they don't get the cookie, and they go, "What's up?" And they give me eye contact. Yes, that's great. Twist, yes. Bite, right? And so I'm going to use my marker as choke points, connection points, when I'm building the sequence. And then from that point on, I'm going to mark behaviors that are advantageous to the situation. If it's a learning situation, I'm going to mark behaviors that advance the knowledge I'm trying to provide, right? Or trying to install. If it is a performance situation, I am going to choose behaviors that are advantageous to doing this skill right now better, right? But I am going to mark with yes on multiple behaviors. I'm going to do so tactically and strategically. I think that's a good answer. That was a great question, Antonis. I like the bookend metaphor that ties into my hypothesis because the bookends can have a single book or a whole library. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, that's key. The layering is key. It's showing in my new puppet. Yep. Check out Got Attention, the P-Vibe Life, or I think it might be the Positive Vibe. I don't remember what I called it. Season 2, Episode 1 of the Positive Vibe web series from 2012, maybe. And check out Episode 6, Dissecting Duration. I go through it pretty easily deep enough for you to get examples of what I'm telling you and to get the most out of the video. You'll get a shit ton out of it. Just talking to you here. The questions you guys are asking are terrific. And I'm not a fountain of answers, man. I'm a fountain of fucking questions, right? Like questions are where it's at. The answer is where knowledge stops. The answer is where the pursuit of knowledge stops. And each time you learn something new in this fucking game, dog training, learning theory, whatever, each time you learn something new, there's a whole world in front of that. We have no idea what's coming next. And if we're just looking for the answer, we get the answer and we're sated, we're satisfied. Dopamine, serotonin, done. And that isn't how it works. You get the answer. It should give you more questions. You should be looking for those questions. Yeah, so my older dog taught me more about superstitious behavior than, God, getting old sucks, guys, than any mentor I've ever had. She came with a bunch of issues, and she's super sensitive to stimuli. With dogs that come with issues and are hypervigilant, they are very good at making consequent connections. The more consistent you are with that dog, the more likely you are to fuck that dog up. Argafontes. The more consistent you are with that dog, the more she can predict, and the more she's able to sense consequence from the actions in the environment. What you want to do is you want to be very consistent when you want to be consistent. And then all the rest of the time, anytime there's a while situation, you want to do your best to ensure that you are not consistent, that you are falling outside of the pattern. And that way you can hope to work against that pattern that the dog is surely going to sense, and she'll sense consequence. Those dogs are really, really hard, man. We've had a lot of them, and we've worked with a lot of them. And it is that thing. They're just real. Everything hinges on them finding the next reactions, the reaction stimuli. Everything hinges on that. Oh, is it that? Is it that? Is it that? You put your hand in your cookie bag, dude, you're fucked. You're fucked. You know, she does that, you move your right foot. Oh, is that it? You move your right foot to her dresser. She looks, is that it? And you turn towards her. Any of those that happen consistently, and they will be interpreted consequently, and the dog will get a trigger essentially for their stimulus. Really hard to avoid too. The no marker, cookies from the sky, a good sense of splitting up classical and operant. The cover and the rear cover of the book are operant. All the stuff you read is classical. No markers, just goodness, right? And when you get a handle on that, you start to learn to avoid coincident consequence. I need to write both of those down. What was the first one? Meaningful consequences and coincident consequence. I think both of those are pretty solid. And I'm going to fucking forget them before my computer can open up because it's so hot in here. Ah, hurry. I'll be right back, guys. I am trying to type. Consequences and coincident consequences. Both of those, especially with the hypervigilant dog with many triggers. Oh, got one more suggestion, Argafontes. Dismiss the dog. Use dismissal with that dog. You do all this training, you get the dog comfortable, you do look at that, the dog looks at it, come back and hits you. You can now allow the dog to look at it, she releases, you can get close, pretty close in proximity, right? At that point in time, you got to stop working it. And you got to tell the dog, go do dog stuff, you're on your own, I'm off limits here. And you let the dog experience it on their own. You trust your work, right? You can't test the throughput and the workflow of the factory perfectly. You can't see if it actually all works and is the way it's supposed to go while you're conducting business or while you are doing the work that you normally do, right? You have to shut down the factory to do a serious evaluation. And we never shut down the factory within our reactive dog work. We continue to pump the method. And the method has worked. And now we're just stroking coincident consequence, right? And setting up a long-term unstable situation with the dog. So that idea, I call it an existential experience. We go out on the corner, city, go do dog stuff. Dog is like, holy shit, this is insane. And eventually they're like, you know what, it ain't so bad. And then when it ain't so bad and they happen to look up at me, you know, what's up, dude? Yes, then I pay them. And then we do a tiny bit of work and I dismiss them again. And they hang out, right? And they hang out for a while and then they give me something nice and soft and beautiful amongst this crazy fucking situation that was crazy 6 months ago. I mark it, we move on, right? Let's see. I'm just going to pull them up, man. I'll just read them. We'll just do it. Oh, for sure, you can't pay 100% except when teaching the marker in the first place. Yeah, yep. Reinforcement schedules have to vary, but you can also steer them to control drive. Yeah. Yeah. So the one thing about reinforcement schedules, how many people, good, we don't have a bunch of people on here. This one always gets me in trouble. So when proper cookie trainers go variable, they get touch the knuckle, right? Yes, cookie, yes, cookie. And then they don't mark. And the dog looks at him, right? And does it again, and they don't mark because we're going variable, right? And then the dog goes like this and touches. Yes, right? We variably marked. Well, this dog now is going, oh, you know, man, I think I got a fucking scratch. Yes, and we don't notice it. Scratch, yes, we don't notice it. And then I want to get rid of the scratch. Right? It gets out of control rather quickly. I call that variable marking of behavior, right? And I contrast it with variable reinforcement, which would be to touch a knuckle. Yes, cookie. Yes, cookie. Yes, no cookie. Well, where's my cookie, bitch? Yes, and then I'll pay the eye contact. Or I'll take the eye contact and say, wow, that's very nice. And the dog will touch and I'll say yes. And now I have variably reinforced the behavior while ensuring that my communication can remain trustworthy and the dog does not seek superstitious explanations. Bang, I think I got that. And let's go back through it because that was one tiny little angle. So when I load the clicker, right, or load my positive marker. When I load the clicker or load my positive marker, I do it with eye contact all the time. I never just click and pay. I always do eye contact. I like the 2-for-1 thing. I like elegant shit like that. I like it to be elegant. There's a bunch of stuff that I do that I don't teach to people, I mean, outside of personally and in a private setting, because I don't have like an elegant method for it. There are a bunch of places you can learn to do skills. I want to deliver the elegant method that's going to give you multiple things at once. And what I find to be most important about the positive marker is the null state of the positive marker. If it doesn't go off, you should stop doing it. If you do it and don't get a mark, you should not do it again. You do it and you don't get a mark and you go, what's up? And then I have that time to tell you what to touch, or I have that time to interrupt and move you to the other thing, or I can let you stew and figure it out yourself, right? But the critical thing is that I got my marker, yes, where's my cookie? I look up, right? That idea, I think, is really rather critical. Successive approximations, I use them the clicker game, learning with a positive marker, is not hot and cold. It is this or that, right? And this is the marker, that is the not marker, right? And you can do a lot of things by controlling which criteria you select, right? I'm not a big fan of successive approximation, traditional shaping, closer, 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 right? That kind of shaping. I'm relying on a back chain. I like to back chain and then fill in the back chain. That's the way I like to do it. I don't like to do the successive approximation front chain, if I can avoid it, right? I like the vicious back chain that I set up the end behavior, and then I control how we get there, and you can't help but do it right. Again, I back chain and then I backfill. I fill in the gaps of the back chain with the front chain. You can go back to, maybe someone's here who knows which episode it was. A couple weeks ago, a week ago, I did some of that, where I relied on the vicious back chain and kind of laid out how it works. So. Yep, hand in the bag. Indicator signal if you're a baseball fan, right? This is the signal to steal. This is the indicator signal. So I can do all this shit. If I do this, that is the steal signal, but you didn't get the indicator. This means nothing. When the indicator signal is the ear, nose, steal. Nose, no steal. Indicator, steal, right? The hand in the cookie bag often becomes an indicator signal, and you have to be careful about that. And it's a marker, it's a cookie, it's a distraction. Hand in the cookie bag. You should always put your hand in the cookie bag with purpose. You should never put your hand in the cookie bag without purpose. Right? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and all the good trainers I know are really happy to find a solution, or to find a rabbit hole to play around in, a useful rabbit hole to play around in. Yeah. Good morning. See, I told you that might happen. I told you, Kimberly. Yeah, here, you know what? I will read the preface to my book. I actually have a cut of one of the puppets reading it, but the Tao of Disc Dog, sorry. Read the preface. It's exactly that. Ooh, it isn't is it the preface? Nope, it's, well, kind of. To empty your cup means to clear your mind of that of which you know. There's a big difference between knowing and doing. Knowledge has levels, low to high. Knowledge is vast and wide, and it has tremendous depth. If you're full of what you know, where do you put the new stuff? Where do you put the new stuff you find? Useful knowledge with flexibility burbles close to the surface as the cup drains and fills, and will always deliver a new wrinkle of understanding as you grow as a player. Many disc dog freestylers are seeking the answer, searching for it, like Google, and the answer, trademark, as in, quote, the truth, unquote. Truth is, there's no answer and no objective truth for you. Sorry, that's just not how life works. Don't hate the playa, hate the Tao. Searching for answers requires knowing the question. Desires are not questions. I want a vault. If you go to a search engine to get the answer, how to do a disc dog vault, you'll get an answer of one way to do a vault. You'll achieve your goal of, I want a vault. Do you know how to vault? Yup. That's a pretty small cup, and it's already full. What about doing it with your dog? What makes it a good vault? What vaults are good for my dog? How can I make vaults more safe? Where do I need to put it? When do I need to put it? When matters? There's so many questions, important questions. These questions rarely get asked because people walk around with full cups of limited experience. Filling our cup from the internet has become so easy that we are only comfortable if our cup is full and it loads fast. It's okay to not know or to not understand something. Seeking an answer to something you didn't know is how you learned everything you know. If your cup is full, you have nothing to learn, and this book has nothing to teach. Welcome to the Tao of Disc Dog. So that's my book, man, and that's exactly what you're talking about right there, right? Young trainers, man. Young trainers on Facebook want to argue about like dumb shit because they know. Been training for 18 months. Gonna argue with me. It's pretty. A dude in Greece, I used to argue with about Karen Pryor's book, right? And I blaspheme. And keep in mind, this is 10 years ago now. I blaspheme Karen Pryor. My whole shit is blasphemy of positive training. I ruined the whole thing, apparently. All through the aughts and the early teens, I was a complete fucking blasphemer. And I was reading white papers at the time, and they were all trafficking in the ideas that I was talking about. And it opened up much more similar to kind of how I was working in the aughts, I think. And but like when you argue with someone like that, you're arguing with their interpretation of Karen Pryor's book, right? That's what you're arguing with. And I'm pretty sure that if Karen Pryor were sitting right here, me and her would hash this out in fucking 10, 20 words and have a nice, like, yes, I agree, but I don't do it that way answer, right? But because I have to talk to this guy through his interpretation of a book that's 40 years old, right? That's had all kinds of addendums added to it. You know, what do you do with that, right? Yeah, if you're not evolving, so we were talking about Karen Pryor's book, you know, 30 years later is when that conversation happened, right? And at the time, the Karen Pryor clicker training hadn't changed, right? It hadn't changed. It was still the same. You were still to do it thusly. The amygdala was still the huge focus. Everything was about, you know, stoking the amygdala. I don't fucking want my dog's amygdala stoked for fucking sit. I don't want it stoked for sit, right? I don't want it stoked. I don't want that bell to go off and a fucking neurochemical circus go down, right? I want to be able to craft a neurochemical circus. I want to be able to craft a, you know, slight little tug that makes you want to lie down, right? I don't want to be a slave to my thing. But anyway, you argue with people about that, and they never change because they're too busy defending their full cup, trying to keep the fucking to keep it from spilling. Don't lose any of this limited experience knowledge I got. Oh my God, I'd sure hate to lose some of this, right? You got to empty that cup, fill it back up. And once you fill it back up, you still got all the shit you knew. You just got more new shit. The only thing you have to be careful with that is that you don't ingest, you don't put a bunch of shit in your cup that does not jive with your ideological or philosophical moorings. Happens when Border Collie people get a Malinois. Sweet little positive trainer, Border Collie chick, top shelf positive trainer, gets a Malinois and fucks up her training to train the Malinois because that's a Malinois. And the dog's faster and more aggressive than the dog she's worked, right? The medium level trainer or the good trainer who's maybe not so super top shelf, doesn't have the pressure of competition, maybe doesn't know as much about dogs, treats that dog as like a troubled normal dog. And those dogs, for me, way easier to work. Like the dogs that come from kind of middle tier positive trainers, Malinois, they're really nice, man. They're not crazy. They're not over the top. They're not taking free bites all the time. They're not like climbing up you to get the toy. The positive training, the top shelf positive trainers often have real problems when they get so far off their ideological moorings. They're so great with the cookies and the methodical shaping and blah, blah, blah. Well, they get a Malinois and, you know, that's the shape. The shape is, you know, and it changes them and they fall off their moorings. and then they don't have the same swerve with that dog. And so the one thing I would suggest when it comes to, you know, evolving and putting new things into your quiver of tricks is that you make sure that the ideological and philosophical underpinnings are not getting knocked out when you do that. It's real easy to pull this piece out and pull that piece out and pull that piece out of your training when you get new shit, and you just pulled you pulled 2 of your 4 key pillars for your method. And 2 of the new method harm the other 2 pillars, right? You're fucked. You're in trouble. And so, like, be careful, be sensitive about your ideology and your philosophy. And if it feels wrong, don't do it. You know what I mean? If it feels wrong, don't do it. Learn more about it and see if you can make it feel right, or do something else. It was a great conversation, Argafontes. Thank you, man. Poker player dogs. Yep. So on the behavior chain front, I call it gating, right? I run slalom skiing with my dogs. The gates, the markers for each trick, and the transactional presentation of the cookie, whether it be a bite, a roller, a throw, a physical cookie, or moving on to next, right? The dog will stop, perform eye contact, engage in this transaction, having completed the skill, and then we'll do it again, or we'll do the next piece, right? So each skill remains discrete. And it's like a gate. It's like the left hand or the clockwise slalom turn. When the dog makes it, yes, and the dog can continue on down the thing. And then when the dog makes the counterclock turn, yes. Yes, right? And the slalom skier and the downhill skier do the same thing, but they do it completely differently. Slalom skier, it is all about the gates and about hitting the gates and about being correct into and out of the gate, right? Into and out of the connection with the handler. That's where the dog wants to be correct. That's slalom. That's a marker, broken, each thing with a weight, right? So you have that aspect, and then you have, if you just do it in flow, which I can totally do with a Frisbee. There's very few tricks I can't lure a dog with a Frisbee in flow on, right? When I do it in flow, I cultivate a downhill racer who really doesn't give a shit about the turns. The only thing they care about is staying on the track or staying on the slope on the course, right? The gates are super easy to hit, and as long as I stay on my skis, I got a shot at winning this. That's not tight enough for drive-based team movement. It's just not tight enough. One last thing that the weights give you, that the markers and the really, really, really important that each trick is discrete. Through, yes. Twist, yes. Leg vault, yes. Stall, yes. Through and flip, yes. Each one of those discrete. When I work it and teach it initially, each one of them remains discrete. If after teaching it I wanted to change one, I could change it in 5 reps, right? Super, super important, that modular nature. The gating of the behavior, setting up a hookup before and after, immediately before, immediately after, also super key, right? The other thing is that you're setting up your triggers, right? You're actually triggering this skill each time. When you build a sequence, the first few, it's easy because the dog doesn't know what's happening and they're literally following you for once, right? And when the dog is following you, it's awesome. But you do it for a week and now the dog knows it. And now they're no longer following you. And now you got to keep up. And you can't fucking do it. If you do, you might keep up, he might go the wrong way. Then what do you do, right? So with the I call it Jam in a Flash, or the Art of Linking Tricks, you can look that up on our site. With the Art of Linking Tricks, Jam in a Flash, we exercise starting as a team, triggering the skill as a team. We also exercise throttling down and stopping as a team, also completely critical. The most important thing, flow is defined by how you stop, slow, and turn the flow. Flow is how you stop, slow, block, and turn the stream. Has nothing, if you do nothing, it will flow. Anything that you do to influence flow, you have to block, stop. I don't know what the fuck I said. I'm gonna trip over him. But stopping your dog is the most important part of flow. And within that sequence building thing, Art of Linking Tricks, we stop the dog on everyone, we get connected on everyone, and then I initiate the trigger on each one. And that keeps us working. Also, the dogs, Argofantes, the dogs need to question as well. When the dog knows the answer, you're in trouble. My dogs, hopefully, right, they know there's a problem to be solved, right? Many dogs know the answer. Got it, know the answer. Well, I didn't even tell you. No, I know the answer. It's okay, I got it. It can't work like that if we're doing a team thing. You have to do it with me, right? An answer dog. I don't like answer dogs. I like dogs who solve problems. I like to teach dogs to solve problems, not to get the answers, or not to have the answer. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, those are good, Argofantes, right? Meaningful consequences rather than reinforcers. Reinforcers and or punishers, right? We can decide whether they're reinforcers or punishers later. Let's call them something relevant right now. I think this is a meaningful consequence, right? But we're going to run into the same thing there. Was it actually meaningful? The only one that knows is the dog, right? All right, let's see. It depends. I kind of knew we were going there. Antonis, once the behaviors get fluent enough to perform without a wait in between, do you still mark each behavior individually or one marker at the end of the chain? I mark where it's advantageous to me at that point in time. So within Frisbee, I don't know if I would like to mark every behavior all the time. I mark a lot, dude. I try to hit at least 60 cookies per minute marked in my performances. Maybe 30 to 45, maybe not 60, right? 30 to 45 markers per minute in performance, right? Which means I'm marking advantageous things that are going to propel my performance, key things that we struggle with. I will mark in order to build success before a challenge. I will mark for recovery. And I can choose that at my will, and we have reward history and an understanding from previous reps of it. Hopefully that makes sense. Fucking great questions, dude. You guys are rocking it. Absolutely, let them go do their thing. I had to learn that the hard way with her. Now it's the kind of dog I specialize in. Yep, yeah. Yep. Dismissal, existential experience, super, super important. I don't know which step that is, but I'm betting you're right on with that. Good to see you, Cassie. Wish I had my Wish I had my buddy up. Here, let's put my buddy up. Oh, I turned him off. Yeah, we're smoking hot. I can't do it. It looks like that's Puppet's going to be a late night thing, guys. All right, I'm going to turn that off and turn it back on. I also do it with eye contact. I do the same thing when I'm teaching the name. Then I can connect the use. Yep. So Argafontes and what's the other one? Antonis. My goal within my chaining of behaviors and in training in general is to turn essentially all of my target behaviors, especially the critical ones, any mechanical skill that's a must, I like to turn that into a secondary reinforcer, right? So my drop is a secondary reinforcer that predicts the bite, my cued drop. My cued bite is a secondary reinforcer that is followed or is reinforced with the cued drop. With the cued drop. The cued drop is reinforced with a bite, a roller, or a next. And my dogs, the cookie is next. This is a cookie, that's a cookie. Anything you like is a cookie. The cookie, the one that matters, is next. I don't give a shit about this one. Boom, next. Boom, next. The moment they get it, it's the next one. You're not addicted to cookies, you're addicted to the next cookie. It's always the next one, right? And so I want to try and communicate next. And if you do a good job of that, you can make most of your behaviors, especially or at least the critical ones, you can make those secondary reinforcers or conditioned reinforcers in and of themselves and have lots of desire to perform them. Yeah, so I do some stuff, Kim. This is something from class that we'll talk about in class. By the way, guys, patrons at the, I think it's 10, at the Vice Director, $10 a month, get access to class as well as other goodies. So in class, we do attention for next, Kimberly. So you do through, yes, wait, they give eye contact, yes, bite, right? I throw a flip, yes, out, yes. Attention, yes, flip. They catch it, yes, out, yes, pose. Dog's doing this or looking at the disc, right? Dog's looking at the disc. Dog looks up, yes, I throw the flip. The eye contact as the eye contact isn't just a behavior, it's a tool. Eye contact is the first thing required to make next happen. It's very easy to do that within the stuff that we've just been talking about. And we'll talk about that in class, Kim. Yep. Argafontes, I tend to back chain to build complex behaviors. Successive approximations for me come in when a dog is struggling with solving a particular problem that I can slow walk them through. Yep, that's about how I do it as well. I like to purposefully play with the front chain rather than, again, man, I don't do successive approximation except for like impossible shit. And I say that, dude, everything we're doing is successive approximation, right? I'm talking about the micro shaping, you know, the hot and cold thing that winds up happening when you get to that point with a certain skill. So I back chain behavior chains. I front chain behavior chains. I back chain most behaviors. I front chain behavior chains most of the time. That's that jam and a flash thing. The through weight, the weights between each thing. That's how I front chain most stuff, most behavior chains. Once I have, if I'm putting chains together, I back chain them, right? I want to get the most reps at the end of my chain in my routine. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 25 seconds, 2:22, right? 2 minutes, 22 seconds. I like to do my last sequence 6 times or 5 times, my second to the last sequence 4 times, then the last sequence, third to the last 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, right? If you back chain the big sequences within your routine, you get the most work in the back half of your routine. And then my first 3 sequences, I never forget them. You never forget them. They're a fact. So if you get, when you front chain your routine, you start at the beginning and you run all the way through it to 2 minutes and 22 seconds. By the time you get at 1:15, you're all fucked up. You've made 10 mistakes. You'll never see the second half of your routine in any semblance of comfort, ever, if you front chain it, right? If you back chain it, I start out 1, 2, 3, I'm kneeling, right? Make it rain shuffle. 1, 2, 3, flip. Rebound, dog catch. Yeah, boom, thank you. I walk up, I grab my disc, I leave the field, right? And then I come out and I do my penultimate sequence, the sequence right before that, sequence number 7, let's say, right? Sequence number 7, do, right? Make it rain, dot, 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 flip, dot, jump up, rebound, dog catch, yes, awesome, bow to the judges, toss my dog off, thank you, wave to the crowd. If I have a reactive dog, grab my lead, leash up my dog, pick up my discs, walk off the field. Guess what? I just smoked the last 2 sequences of my routine. I just hit them perfectly. That's how I started my training session today, by hitting the last 2 sequences of my routine perfectly. And then I do the 3rd sequence before the end, then the penultimate sequence, then dot, 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 flip, boom, pow, boom. Bow to the judges, toss it off, leash up my reactive dog, pick up my discs, walk off the field. Now I've just done the last 4 sequences of my routine perfectly. You never get that opportunity front chaining it. So anytime I'm working on big chains, I back chain them, right? And when I am working on a new behavior, if I can, I back chain it, and then I go back and I play around with front chaining elements, right? Front chaining elements to fill in the gaps. When you do a back chain, Epic, oops, I can't reach it. Oh no, Epic's not here, shit. Cupcake, I can't reach it. I'm actually gonna let her stew on it. I know. She has no clue. And she has picked up another object. Oops, I can't reach it. Come on, I can't reach it. All right. All right, and I won't do it because Eppy will bark. Anyway, if I teach, I covered this puppies a couple days ago. If I back chain, oops, I can't reach it, right? And by the way, this was actually a really stellar one. I don't remember what day it was. It was really a pretty good illustration. If I back chain that, oops, I can't reach it. I work from the give, right? King, cupcake. Go, go, go. Nope, 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 nope. Get back, get back, get back. Go, go, go. Good job. Nope, nope, nope. Get back, get back. I know, you're really good at door jumping, especially when I'm locked in. So I'll show you with Epi, just so I can illustrate it. Come on, Epi. And because I got toys out and everybody's hungry and Epi's already been fired up, I will not use. All right, so if, oops, I can't reach it. Mine? Yes. And I'm going to go ahead and give him a cookie here. They'll be super high. Everybody's super hungry here. Get that? Yep. Oh, no, can't do that. Oh, well. So, oops, I can't reach it. Mine? Yes, good man. So once I have the mine, right? Epi, lie down, chill, down. Don't make me look bad on camera. Be good, right? So now, oops, I can't reach it. Mine, right? So, okay, awesome. Go do dog stuff. I know that was shitty, right? Ready? Ready? Okay. Awesome. Great job. Go do dog stuff. So I can teach. That's how I teach retrieve. By the way, Epi. I use a give. Mine. Yes. I use give. I use bite work and a give. I place lots of value with the shared hand. If we don't have the shared hand, if nothing's in my hand and he has something, he will come and share it, right? So once I have that, what I want to do is I then go and we can pick one of these. Can you see these items? Maybe, right? All right, I'm going to pick, I don't want to do this on fucking camera again though, man, because he's going to fucking spurg out. So, okay, I'm going to pick any of these, actually. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to let him get any of those. Right? So, Epi, I can't reach it. Yes, good man. Mine, I can't reach it. Yes, good man. Mine, I can't reach it. Can't reach it. I don't want that one. Epi, I can't reach it. Yes, good man, right? So now he looked at that one. Yes, good man, right? And now, oops, I can't reach it. Yeah, oh, I can't reach it. You got it. It's so funny, man. I need to do this with not dog toys, man. This is the second time I've done this. Buddy, I can't reach it. Yep. Anyway, got my ass handed to me. So obviously I need to backfill a little bit more. Epi, I can't reach it. Like he just doesn't even see that as an option. And it pisses me off, man, because I've got shit tons of reps on this. Now he's looking. Now we're cooking. Yes, I can't reach it. Dude, that's not it. I'm gonna see this through if I can, guys. I know it's not very fucking awesome. Dude. Can't reach it. All right, go do dog stuff. Oh well, we'll try again. I'll set it up properly with some items that are a little bit better. Super bummer. But anyway, the thing that I was trying to get across there was that oops, I can't reach it. He can do that, right? But when it comes to object discrimination, which one do we want, right? Oops, I can't reach it does nothing with that. The front chain, the backfill on the front chain of approaching an object, arriving at an object, indicating, touching, biting, turning, that whole thing, I can put markers on that within other exercises, and I can fill in the front chain with other exercises that are front chain successive approximation type exercises. Hopefully that makes sense. And I'm super bummed, Epi. I'm really bummed. That Malinois bark, by the way, is not normal. That tone of bark is not normal. That is an I'm on camera tone. It's an I'm on camera tone. Here, watch. Let me see. This is dead anyway. Epi. King. Good. Chill. See if we get a response. We've already been jamming for a while, so we might not get a response, but no. A little bit. Didn't really get a response. When I turn on the GoPro, he goes completely apeshit, man. Setting up the lights, turning on the lights, all this stuff. I'm super happy. Epic, off. King, off. King. King. Yes. It's like, I don't know if I like that magical voodoo of you seeing me from behind and calling me from behind. All right, Epi, over here. Right here. Down. Down. Good. So I'm going to mention something. I'm going to run through chat, and then I'm going to have to get out of here, guys. Super awesome. Antonis Argafantes, please come back. Make sure you subscribe. If you dig what we're talking about, we talk about this for a couple hours every class, 3 times a week for patrons. So you can do that. I don't have Restream on, so it won't be very helpful. But I wanted to mention this. So Epi and King have been on their respective pedestals the whole time, right? And I had a dog, the old girl that was in the streams recently. She's no longer here, see. She passed right next to me. Anyway, I was thinking about pedestal, and then I was like, there should actually be one more pedestal than there is a dog, because King and Epic are stuck on their respective pedestals, and they wind up with a pattern. I just go to my pedestal, and I don't want them just to go to their pedestal, right? So the guy whose name starts with an E is over there. I don't know if you can see it. I can't turn it that far. Anyway, he's over there on the spot. Epic, right? And I'm going to put him over there again. Epic, spot. Come on, handsome. Yes, good man. King, off. So the three spots here, or the 3 pedestals, the ball, the climb, Epic, off, are there to give Epic. See how he's on autopilot over there? I do not want in a routine, guys, you certainly don't want your dog on autopilot. Epic, stall, right? You don't want your dog on autopilot in a routine, right? Ep, off, spot. Yes, good man. King, off. You want them to question a pup. Yes. You want them to question what's coming Is it really coming? I know it's this. When's the signal? When are you going to let me go, Argafontes? When are you going to tell me to do it? That's all I need to know. That's a question. That's not a boom, get out of the fucking way, Argafontes. I'm coming through. Make that shit happen. I'm doing it. Throw it where I'm going to be. Right? Hey, we doing this? Yeah, let's do it. You need that question. Epic, yes. Awesome, easy, Cheetah. Right? And now he's running and he doesn't know where to go. He'll go to where he thought that, where he thinks it's going to happen. I'll let him stew there. Right? If I were to tell him right away, Argafontes, if I were to tell him right away to get off and fix it, I would consequently be interacting with that dog to reinforce him jumping on and off the pedestal. Consequently, I would be doing that. And then he would learn, hey, I got to jump up on the pedestal before I jump off, before he tells me what to do. Right? By leaving him up here for this long, there's no consequence anymore. Now I'm just going to say, Epi, off, spot. Dude, come on, spot. Oh, so embarrassing. I know you guys can't see it, but he's crawling back super slowly. Trying to do this without putting any pressure on him, right? And I know you can't see him. So I can put some pressure on him. Maybe a little more. Dude. Yes. Right? Put the pressure on him to get him all the way on there. But when I pulled him off not in relation to him getting on. Right? It was in relation to nothing. He was just standing there. While I am sitting here on this awesome pedestal, he called me off. All he knows is that he wants to be on there. Right? He doesn't know that I jumped up there and then my handler called me off right away. Ooh. Or I jumped up there, my handler told me to go to spot instead. Well, I'm going to go jump up there in order to see what's going to happen. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense. On our website, pvibe.com, there should be a header for it, for the books. It's actually, it's pretty decent book. What happened here? No. I think all my cameras are overheating. It isn't even that freaking hot here, man. It sucks. Looks like we got to go before. No. That one's frozen. That one's frozen. All right, guys. Sorry. Let me. You know what? No, I can't even do that. Yeah, we're still streaming. Yeah, right? Oh gosh, man. All the little trainers going out there to cut their teeth on somebody, right? Fuck that. And you know what, man? Nobody is anybody who's asking for help on Facebook is not asking for help. If they wanted help, they would ask their friends. If they wanted help, they would they would send a personal message. When somebody asks for help on Facebook, they want you to affirm that what they're doing is amazing. And you can say, wow, that's super terrific, Argafontes. You're doing this, and this. Wow, you're doing all that stuff really good. You should add this to it so you can really get it. And all they'll hear is, oh, God, fucking Argafontes just, he said I suck at this. And that's what they'll hear, dude. Right? It's insane. The only ethical way you have to show it. Show it. That's the ethical way. can talk about it till you're blue in the face. The ethical way to have a dog training discussion is to show it, right? Or a dog training argument or a dog training persuasive thing. You need to show it, right? Yeah, the answer dog. Fuck that, dude. I don't want the dog with the answer. My whole, so Georgios, back in, I should finish that article actually. I have a really cool article that I wrote. Georgios was watching me work when I was in Florida, and he was like, you know, Ron, it's really interesting. Everything that you're trying to do, like you're trying to make the dog question you throughout your routine. And everyone else is trying to eliminate the dog's questions in the team's questions, right? And it's exactly true. Every time I line up a trick, my cue is a question that needs eye contact so that we can be sure. Sorry, I wish that was working. Can I make it go? I can't. God damn it, that pisses me off. Where was I? Yeah, I want the dog to hear the cue and say, "Are you sure? Are you sure, Ron?" And I say through. The dog says, "Well, there's nothing to go through, Ron." There it is, right? So through, what am I going to go through? Bang. Through, what am I going to go through? Bang. Twist, is it really counterclockwise? Yes. Spin, is it really clockwise? Yes. The stall, on the stall, this is super critical, the caught stall. So he's out at the net. No, he's 5 yards past the net. Net's 10 yards away. Net's 8 meters away, right? He's 5 meters past the net. I'm posed. I've declared, right? I've declared I'm posed. I tell him stall, and actually, hang on, I want to go this way. I tell him stall, right? Boom, and I hold here. My hand's in the cookie bag, right? He comes running in. I don't do anything. If he gets to the ball, he should stop because nothing happened, right? But if I'm letting him run on autopilot and he's 5 yards past the net and I say stall, he's coming in like 10 motherfuckers and he's going to clobber me. He's going to come in irrespective of what I want. His speed is going to be whatever speed he thinks he can get away with, right? But if I cue stall and I set up a question, boom, I've just answered it. And that whole time he comes running in and he's rocking out, he's running in and he's rocked back like, "Hey dude, are we gonna do this stall this time? Are we gonna do it?" Right? And I want that. I want him to question. I want him to question until he gets the trigger. Right? I want him to know that we're not going until you get the trigger. And in order to do that, you have to set up a question. You can't let him just run around with the answer key. All right. We are still streaming, Sage Paw. I'm gonna hiccup or burp or something here. Some old man thing right on top of the mic. I think I avoided it. All right. I'm a big fan of the Super Aeros, AERO. They are not quite as durable as the Supers, as the Superstar and the Super Swirl, but they're almost, and they're like 20 to 25 grams lighter, right? So they still have a lot of the performance ability of light plastic. If that isn't possible for you, if they're not durable enough, you'd go to Superstars, Super Swirls. I wouldn't recommend the Hyperflight discs. I don't think they have enough lift and hover and float. Super durable. They fly really good, but they fall too fast. I'm not a fan. Yep, me too, Cassie. Backchaining the routine was gold for me. Gold, she says, exclamation point. You need more exclamation, hang on. I can make more exclamation points, hang on. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, I can't change it on YouTube. Interesting. Yeah, since then I haven't forgot my routine once. See you, John. Sorry I missed it. Jesse, how are you, brother? All right, do it. I'm out of here too. I'm gonna take off, guys. Impromptu stream. Too hot for the laptop. Try and do some more of these morning streams. I like to drink coffee. I really like to get involved with you European guys. You know, I've been doing 9 o'clock because it's the earliest I can do with some kind of cool situation here in the dojo. It's too hot in the dojo to do anything. So, yeah, I'm going to play meme roll number 4, man. We're out of here. Those of you guys who just came, hook up with us on Patreon. Please do. That's my steady dealio. Everything else is hustle. Patreon.com/pvibe. And then you definitely want to do that if you can, man. Oops, that's the wrong link. Hang on. Getting old, man. Can't see. Also, that'll give you access to classes at the vice director level. And then, yeah, meme roll to play us out. I'd do some cool puppet character things, but it's too hot here. So super fun to hang out with all you guys. Bring the great conversation again. I'll try and do some stuff around the same time. Hey, that's supposed to be meme roll number 4. It's not meme roll number 4. Whew. That's a Greek disc dog. Biscuit.